This is Gaming with Alston, and today we're on part 8 of Futuristic Mansion. What we're going to do this episode, for part 8, is we're going to construct I'm going to try constructing a large room. This would be the pool table. And also further construct the grand staircase. Because that is what needs done. This would be where people would put their cars to show off their cars. Will be kind of based off of 924 Bel Air Road in Los Angeles, California. The current cost on the market is about 150 million. So if you're planning on saving up for... I believe mansions should be used for group housing, which people want to live together. If you want all the amenities of a mansion but don't want to waste your money, get a condominium. It'll be worth your money. Because the good thing about a condominium is that you don't have to spend your money on gym equipment, as it's already provided for you at the cost of homeowners association. It's not just money that can drive people into being greedy. It's not just money that could drive exposure to money. If you want to reduce someone's greed for food, you gotta limit the visibility of food. Back in the Middle Ages, believe it or not, obesity was a sign of wealth. Which probably explains why a lot of my family members alive today are still overweight. Because back then, it was a sign of wealth. Back then, obesity was actually a sign of wealth. No one just obesity that was a sign of wealth. Having a lot of muscle mass. Since you'd have more money, you could buy more food, which means you could expend more energy. You'll be able to expend more energy. But now food is pretty abundant now. As a working class person, I managed to find a loophole that could allow me and my mom to go to Disney World. Because I get that Disney World can get pretty expensive. Budgeting is a lot easier than you think. But some people just choose not to budget, because they have to focus more on the stuff they need. If you have a lot of medical bills, budgeting becomes a horrible idea. Because the costs associated with raising a child with CP tends to get pretty atrocious. Not only you gotta take into account the cost of wheelchairs, for those with profound CP, but also the cost of therapy. But also the cost of therapy, too. And some people with cerebral palsy tend to live out their days in the group home, if it's severe enough. It's not the only cruel disorder Plus, you gotta take into account the fact that they cannot, some people with CP cannot hold a job. Which is pretty sad. If I was told I can't hold a job, probably gonna use my disability checks to get a gym membership, work out, and go towards bodybuilding. You also have to take into account medications to treat disorders that are comorbid with CP, like epilepsy. I know, I have a friend with CP and epilepsy. Having epilepsy is not fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six, 7, 5. Yes, there's an energetic cost your body has to pay for the labor. The reason why people are not having as many kids as they used to is, for one, child mortality is a lot lower now. Child mortality is a lot lower now because of greater food security. The problem with trying to get people, families of starving kids a job is oftentimes they are too weak to do it because chances are they too are also malnourished. They too are malnourished, probably malnourished as well. What's causing the unfair distribution of food? Some of it has to do with what we're eating. Like the source of the food. Some of it has to do with the source of the food we're consuming. Animal products tend to take up a lot of space and a lot of energy. And if a cow is malnourished, she cannot produce milk. Same thing with a human. If she's malnourished, she cannot produce any milk. If everyone was to go vegan, we can ultimately end up feeding a lot more people if we all went vegan. Famines do cause massive loss of a huge loss of the amount of jobs we have. How? To do the labor that to do the task you're assigned to in your job, it requires your body has to expend energy for that. Your body expends energy just to do that. Your body, there's an energetic cost that your body pays to do the work, which is kind of what fuels the labor cost. The more energy the workers expend, the more you have to pay, the more that you need to pay them, that they need to get paid, because they are expending more energy. If it wasn't for cooking our food, we wouldn't be able to feed as much people. Because for one, energetic cost, digesting food requires a bit of energy. It still requires energy to digest cooked food, but not as much as if you're eating raw food. But not as much energy as if you're eating raw foods. Ultimately, there's also an energetic cost of living too, which refers to the amount of energy your body has to expend just to keep you alive. And Sparrows against modern medicine also goes against modern medicine, as he believes that hospitals are satanic torture prisons. He believes that hospitals are satanic torture prisons. He's lying to his own fans. He is definitely lying to his own fans. he calls hospitals satanic torture prisons. Because when Sverich was locked up in a mental hospital, he thought it was a good idea to come up with the idea that he wanted to kill and eat people. He thinks it's a... Sverich thinks eating raw meat is a good idea. I don't think so. When I first heard of Squirrel Muncher, when he ate a raw veal heart in front of a bunch of vegans who were pissed off by that. True story. Vegan diets don't require as much resources as an animal-based diet. I'm still sorry about the lack of commentary. But it's... some of it has to do with my autism. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. But at least I'm making progress. Which is something to be happy about. And with the mansion, and the truth is, and it looks kind of like a heart. What do you think? Anyways, I forgot. Much better. Much better. don't forget. Anyways, this is Gaming with Alston signing off. Stay tuned for part 9. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more. As always, stay tuned for more Futuristic Mansion. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and choose.